Permanent Bennett is already here. Welcome, guys. We will start another live stream for Romancing SaGa Universe. How are you doing, friend? Ask Wayne is also here. Ask Wayne, you won yesterday. Welcome. Welcome's Luke as well. How are you all, my friends? I'm making some coffee. I'm also gonna wait a little for people to join us. You were surprised. I even tried to win, but I couldn't, since I'm from Brazil. Welcome, WP as well. Has the banner talk started? No, I am waiting for more people to join us. And we will be discussing all the banner styles in a few. When we get to at least 20 or 30 people, we're going to start. But in the meanwhile, you guys can tell me your impressions and all. I have no impressions because I usually wait for videos. You always have. If you agree with me or not. I was planning on doing this stream earlier, but I had a bad night of sleep. My left ear, I have already complained about this sometimes. I was trembling sometimes. The trembling disappeared. I went to the doc. The doc passed me some medicines that should be inserted inside the ear. But since the day I went to the doc, I was not feeling any hurt. I did not actually purchase the med. So I purchased it today because it was hurting a lot. I could not sleep well. So I inserted the medicine and slept a little on the right side. It's terrible to insert this type of medicine. I think I only did this once in my life. That's the second time only. Try to pull for human male, then human female, then Macha and Ray. 2 banners, let's look. Well, human male is needed for gun remembrance, I guess. I think human female and Macha is the best banner, but I think Princess Ray will be quite good if you have Fornews and Sodomy. Ray will work super well for people that have Sodomy and Fornews indeed, and they are still good. Human male is better now too. Try human male because you like Ren Battle so much. Yeah, human male is a good pick for most people. Oh, is it like drops, right? Yeah. I'll show you. It's such a pricey medicine, it barely has anything in the flask. And then you have to insert this and drop in the ear. Super pricey thing, man. Octosiriax. Okay, I'm back. Oh, didn't see a notification, thought I was late. No, you were not late, and still haven't started discussing. Try to finish Gunheart 5 before the 1st of July. It may be possible if you have very good RNG. Never had this to do this, and hope you never have to. I hope you never have to, my friend. This coin doesn't hurt, just really, really weird feeling. Yeah, I was feeling hurt before using it. I was like I don't know, man, it was very, very painful. From a scale of 0 to 10, it was like a 9 out of 10 pain. After I dropped the medicine, it's probably now at 4 out of 10. Still bugs me, but at least I managed to sleep a little. Yeah, I had to sleep in the afternoon. I don't like to do that, because I didn't have a very good night of sleep. Hey Azure, welcome. Like something sickling you from inside your ear. Yes. And you have to stay for 30 minutes in that position, it says on the medicine. Gun GPS is bad too. It might be possible with Toji, but who knows? I don't believe in Socho. Don't believe in Socho as well. But Socho does kind of make a bike work a little better because of the VP generation, but Socho does not have enough defenses. Permanent Benesis cannot believe in Malco destroy your ear. Actually, you know what? Let me watch my stream just to see how it sounds. You can watch your own stream via YouTube while you are streaming. While we wait a little more for people to join. Hello, Capivara. What bugs me is that Malcolm said that he replaced his microphone. I can't believe that. Oh, what a strange thing. I don't know. I thought that it were as misplacement of my webcam, like you could see a little bit of the white just above me. You can listen to me via my mobile. Listen to me via my mobile. Listen to me via my mobile. Ah! Eco! Let me see if my filters are really set up. Limitator. No, actually. Testing. Okay, now I'll change something about configuration to stop the audio before it breaks. Tell me if the sound is getting better or not. Sometimes they just reset your configurations, and I usually use this type of setup so that the audio never breaks. Because there is a range on your pitch that goes from 0 to 100. What happens with Malcolm streams is that he doesn't have a limiter. The limiter will say, okay, when we reach 100% or close to 100, stop increasing. And, well, I have the limiter on my videos, on my streams. I feel like I disabled it some time before with, I don't know. It was probably when I was talking about the dogs, the barking that they do here, and I removed my filters. But I usually have the filters working, and they stop just a little before it reaches 100%. Can you tell me if this audio quality is good now? So what happens with Malcolm is that he allows the voice to reach 120% volume. It's like when you plug your earphones in the cell phone case. You are increasing beyond safe values. And people with ADHD, they have a lot of problem with high noises or noises that increases out of nowhere. Paulo Marco is here. Coco does a beer. So I was expecting some changes on these banners, like maybe adding one more unit to make it a 4-character banner. If you are planning on summoning here, bring pay gens. If you are a hardcore player that already spends, I never said to purchase gens in this game unless it was very cheap packs, like $1 packs. But if you are already a paying player, like Luke is saying, that he likes Remembrance, it's good to use pay gens here because it increases the chance of getting the premium unit. It will become 1.66% for all the banner units instead of just 1%. If you use your free gens on a 3-character banner, you have very good chance of wasting your luck, like getting off banners, and that is terrible. I hate to get off banners. But tell me if the audio quality is good. No one replied anything. Please do so. They announced this stuff, the double banners, but we already know that there's also a new book coming alongside new weapons and other stuff like 3,000 gens. They are starting something that they are calling the 4th anniversary closing. They have done this before. Last year they did this. Last year they did this as well. So they are going to give us 3,000 gens, and there's never something that starts with round 1 without round 2 at least. And usually there are 3 rounds of stuff. So they may say, okay, we are finishing the celebration, and now we will have 3 rounds to finish the celebration. First round's not that important, and second round is probably not that important, and again, maybe even Christmas banner. And then the third one may have some better stuff. Rose was the week after this banners in JP. Oh my gosh. She's released it together with the Christmas banners. I won't have enough VP. Mango Rider just helped us here. I can already see before it shows on top. Mac banner in. They prefer dragons than robots, my friend. I'm glad that I like both. Let's say thanks to our friend here. Guys, thanks so much. Mango Juice. I'm gonna send you a virtual hug. And a mango. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate your help. Is what allows this channel to survive. What's Rose? Rose is a character from SaGa from Tier 1. And she has a skill called Cal Rose. Rose, Cal Rose. It's the same skill that Time uses, and it will also amplify Time. Time will become better. We can even talk about this before we start talking about the real banners, but Cal Rose is gonna make it easier to fight Remembrance with clubs as well. But for clubs, you'll have to wait for Hana at least. Hana plus Maria totally makes it work. Where is my... she's a gun type. Rose... Rose. Here. She's a gunner. And she was in a SaGa Souls banner. That had this pole. And this guy that I always forget the name. It's a Squirrel or something. From Limited SaGa. So Cal Rose becomes something that will apply guard up large. So 35% instead of 25%. Buff always stays the same. Rose Cal. Yeah, it becomes fast as well. I don't think it was fast before. So that will also make the Time version better. Time, he's a club user. He has the same skill. You can see that it becomes amplifiable for him as well. Yeah, he was not fast, and now becomes fast. Guard up increases to large. And status buffs... they are increased as well. It was small. I think in global it was already medium. The fast part makes it way better indeed, because he was never so fast. Smug. This emoji is nice as a volcano. Rosemary and Valentine's and SaGa the stage has not been changed. Oh, if you care about gun remembrance, you're gonna have to pull for Rose and Yuma Mayo. But then with both, you're gonna have an easier time. For me, pulling for Ray is a given. After that is up in the air, since I need to see how pity mandatory she is. Mandatory? Nothing is mandatory. Fast part makes it better. Could see Rosemary banner and Pink Punch banner released as a double banner. They need to make the SaGa Soul banners 6 character banner. They did this before. They did it with Labelle, no? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, we have 21 people, but I'm thinking that we should start. I don't think this number will increase so much. Oh, actually, I didn't announce that we were live. Maybe now it will increase. Testing. Okay, but my software sometimes bugs, it disappear. So Rose is calling Rose. He's calling a duplicate. Zadoxy is really bad banner. You mean this banner now? Let me just go to the bathroom. Speaking of Rose, I read a romance in SaGa 2 Rose. She's the only one that didn't get from the new Spiral. Ah, the Marks one. I think that's the one, right? So, we don't have the comparison to JP, since Hands43 didn't make a post because it was not necessary. We didn't get the videos till it was like 1 AM, and then 2 hours later we had the information inside the rsrs.xyz. Although I really like what Hans does because you can see the differences between the styles. And it will be harder to compare the differences here, but please guys, help me out. Which banner you guys would prefer to start with? We have 23 people here, so the first 3 votes will win. So either human male or human female. Type human male or human female. 3 people that type the same will win. Ray? Yeah, human male then. Everyone seems to prefer to start with human male. It's because human male was heavily buffed. Some people will not say that it's heavily buffed, but he is kind of like Hawk for guns now. He may be enough. Some people may not know, but he may be enough. Okay, so human male has always been a tank type. This time he's not really a tank type. Look that he has 105% endurance in will. I think that it's strange to say that because he does have at least the same value as most of his past styles, right? Yes, his other counter sword style was 103, 93. Okay, it's not growing. Tanks now have 130%, and that's not his case. Although just round status is not what makes this guy good. He does have SGR to inherit sword skills, but there's no need. He has Dex, which is by 125%. Okay. Yeah, it's already been decided. So there is this thing here. We can test defense boost medium by use of Hawk right now. I don't know if they changed the passive version of defense boost in global. On JP, an AoE defense boost of medium effect is 20% damage reduction, if I'm not mistaken. I need to check this out. It is super complex. Why am I getting this HBO? Well, in order to understand, we can even open the human Mayo version here. It is important to check this out because okay. AoE versions. Medium is 15%. It's not even 20. 15%. But in global, they changed the skill version of defense boost to 25%, in JP is 20. But let's consider that it's 15%, okay? So every time you start a turn, you decrease damage by 15% for everyone, just for that turn. Then, on every 3 turns, he will give you 3 defense boosts for 3 hits. Lasts for 3 turns, but it's probably gonna break before the 3 hits. And on JP, very large says what again? Enhance the defense. It doesn't even have a value here, coded. But it should be 30%, I believe. It should be 30%. You stop at large. We also have the percentage sheet from SaGa Wiki. And here it says defense boost AoE. No information for very large. Liz has very large, and that should be 30%, I believe. Right, WP. It's part of the Liz passive. It should be 30%, I believe. Because many of the defensive passives that were very large were 30. But large is 20, it's a big jump, yeah. So it's either 25% or 30% extra. For just 3 hits though, you can see that when it says it max of 3 times, it's just like Liz. You also recover HP of 1,500, I guess. Yes, medium is a lot better than small. But when you check Liz had the same thing. Look, this part of the passive is the same. You had a extra defense boost for 3 turns, but it only lasted for 3 hits. And the HP recover. Her love is very similar. Hers is 50, and his own is even higher, I believe. Where is the guy? Again, here. His love is practically the same. Will UMA be enough for the rain, or do we need 2 rows as well to make Dragon double? If you have Bike and good RNG, he may be doable with just Mayo. But we'll get back there. Because they changed this guy. Of course, this thing here already discussed it. The extra defense boost. When he lands an attack, he always chases with healing trigger. That will heal everyone. We also have problems with healing on Remembrance for guns. And I don't know, if you have Gunner, Bunny, Amelia as well, good RNG, it may be possible, because the problem is not just the defense boosts. We need to heal, and we don't have enough healing. And I don't know, Bike with very good RNG as well. Still, he has a 50% chance now to chase with Proton Rocket Plus. Proton Rocket Plus is a triple S power attack. See, if you just want to heal, you can use Healing Trigger to heal twice. This can be useful in odd turns versus the Megalith Dragon, if you have a good counter in the center, and then you know that no one else is going to be attacked, and then you can use Healing Trigger just to heal a little, and he will heal twice. But I don't think it's all that necessary. His healing every 3 turns may already be enough. I'm not entirely sure. But okay, let's discuss something else. All allies blunt damage increases by 30%. And he also buffs all surviving allies STR and Dexterity by 20%. That already also improves our damage. And if you want to defeat the Megalith Dragon, there's another trick that you can use that I did with my Axe team. Get very close to doing enough damage where Megalith Dragon starts behaving differently. Remember that the buff stops working after you reach around 75% HP of the Megalith Dragon. So try to reach very close to that. Don't start attacking with Leon. Even if you want, you can inherit other bullets like Wind Bullet from Leon, so that you waste time before you start attacking. And when you get close to start doing damage, go all in. And that means that on the next phase when he starts using buff break, you probably already did half HP damage. In that case, the fight will last for 10 turns. It may last for 10 turns in the case of guns, because of Leon, if you have Leon, that is. Okay, and he's buffing STR and Dexterity, meaning that you're going to do more damage, and blunt damage also improves Leon damage. He then has this 40% damage increase alongside a 30% damage reduction. Okay, but what did they change about this guy is more related to his skill tree, Racing Adventure. This is similar to Great Adventure, while you have 3 hits of blunt attack, but instead of taunting, this guy will do something else. He will give 3 stacks of defense boost of small effect that lasts for 2 turns with each attack. And in that case, we have Let's see how much mitigation we'll have just from this alone. It's then 85, then 85, then 85. And you multiply all of these values minus 100%. That's how you get to the value. It should be 39, close to 39 damage mitigation. 39%. Yes. All I'm here is to use T260G. You mean to... For what? You may actually drop T260G on Megalith Dragon. What's up, guys? Did you miss these units are worth? No. Just started talking about the first one, Mayo. In order to be able to use this skill twice in a row, you're gonna have some problems. This guy only has 5 EP per turn. It was designed to cycle between Healing Trigger and Racing Adventure. That would be Racing Adventure first, Healing Trigger, and keeping in cycle. Cards that can give VP to Mayo are, of course, T260G. Would that be enough then, WP? I don't know. But T260G does have good defenses, and also gives VP to everyone. Other character that will work here for guns. I was talking about Leon, right? And there is a way that you can use Leon to actually be slower. You can start the fight without using your bullets. Instead of inheriting anti-material shot bullet, you go and inherit that. It's not this one. Wind revolver, or you can even inherit that blunt one. Blunt bullet. Where's the blunt bullet? Attack revolver. Yeah. Attack revolver has attack boost. It will do even more damage. So he starts the fight losing 3 LP. Right? He starts with 3. But you can still load 2 bullets. So that means that he can waste 2 turns. Bike. Yeah, I was talking about bike and didn't get to bike. Bike. He gives BP as well, but it's random, no? Or does he? Yeah, it's not much. It's not much. It's not game changing at all. It's not gonna matter. The first phase will likely be completely stable anyway. What do you mean, completely stable? With just Mayo? Okay, what we're gonna have here is, like I said, 39% damage reduction, then another 15, right? I have to consider the other 15%, just from this guy alone, right? It gives you 48% damage reduction if he keeps this Racing Adventure, then Healing Trigger cycle. Is that enough? Maybe not enough yet. But it all depends on your counter, or I don't know. Socho will give enough BPs for him to keep using skill 3. I know that he's pretty fragile, but it can still work. So Socho, if you use him as your counter, he has Let Me Handle, and then he'll give BP. 10 BP. That 10 BP can give you access to S3 from Mayo every turn. So in that case, if you can cast that another turn, we will have, let me see, this value multiplied by this other, then this other, then this other. We'll have 68% mitigation. In that case, Mayo will be enough. If Socho counters and gives BP, does not die, while allowing Mayo to use his skill tree every turn, then yes, survives. First 50% also the HP Dragon barely does anything, it's only when he starts spamming AoEs. As well. And you will have to probably last for, I don't know, 6 turns with his mad part. And that is if you know what you're doing, like when I discussed the part of attacking him just before the right time where he buff breaks. The trick part is not to die. Yeah, trick part's not to die. But I will say Mayo, then probably Socho, like I said. Which other characters will be? I think it's even easier to go here to now to check the sprites It is easier for me, at least. And for guns, right? People with Bunny will be in a better place as well. I don't have Bunny. I will have to use Bike. So the third one will be Bike. The fourth one will be Leon. And then maybe 260. This will be my party, but I think this party may not survive. Some people that have at least Bunny or Emilia, you have better chance of surviving. He varies. Yeah, he varies the best tank. Totally the best tank. People with Hiveris can already clear this. Hiveris and Mayo is enough. I'm sure. I'm sure Hiveris and Mayo is enough. Even if you have to restart sometimes. I don't have this Hiveris. He was in a really strange banner, no? Apollo banner, no? Yeah, Apollo banner. Oh, Apollo was good, Kenji was good, but I just didn't have the gens. Okay, so for those that have Hiveris and have Leon as well, of course you're gonna still need Leon. You can do this. So what they changed from JP was that on JP, he was between 2 to 3 hits from Mayo. Didn't have a guarantee of 3 hits. So guaranteeing 3 hits increases your defense boosts. They also gave him the extra chance to chase, that will allow him to do more damage, that will also help out. And that's it. Nothing else. Probably just status changes. Yes, he didn't have 100 something. So, will Mayo be good enough for real hard challenges? No. Hawk really makes everything that he does and better. Hawk heals, Hawk gives defense boosts. In a different way, yeah. Hawk gives passively and Mayo gives actively. If a boss doesn't attack too much, yeah, Mayo is better than Hawk. But with Hawk's not just about that. He has a lot of other stuff as well. So, overall, Mayo is good, but not good enough to get a slot in most hard challenges. I think that he's still Remembrance bait. What do you all think? I think he deserves a 4 out of 5. Got a lot of these units from the 10% anniversary banner. Nice. You still pull for him. Hawk received a 4.5. I believe the Hawk is better. But he's good as well. I'm not saying that he's bad. It's just that I don't think that people will be using him too much on hard challenge. It is still possible to give him enough BP to keep using skill 3. But look how he clashes with Katarina. If Katarina is using on her full potential, she allows you to heal 2 times per turn when attacking. She allows you to buff offensive and defensive status. He only allows you to buff offensive status. She also can apply 3 times the defense boost. Hers is between 2 to 3 times. She also has damage reduction from passive. So theoretically, he is easier to use because doesn't need to resist or land weak attacks. So of course he's a little less impactful because of that. But well, I don't know. People may still use the guy. It's just not that meta. Good enough, but more of a Remembrance bait. And now the next one is Nart. This guy here is kind of crazy. They even increased his STR now to reach 140%. That's the highest one in the game. Just like Hihachi and Gray. 120% agility. Because he's a farmer. Forget about his endurance and wheel here. Well, you can still use this guy for even the Megalith Dragon if you want, but it's kind of crazy. The guy gets BP cost reduction of 6 points for 6 turns. That will allow him to use his best skills in a row. And then he gets a lot of weak attack boosts. That's a super extreme effect. That will be 50% value each, right? Let me just check again. But 70%. Nart's funny, can be used for a cheesy strat. He can, he has very insane damage. So first of all, he buffs his SGR by 30% because of 40% because of 2 passives. And then he has 70%, then 70, 70, 70, 70. 5 times 70% from 1 passive, and another 5 times 70%. So how much you get from this? 700% damage increase with a 40% STR buff alongside another 40% damage increase. So 740% damage increase alongside cheap PP cost and STR buffs. The thing is that starting from turn 6 up to turn 10, he's gonna lose all of his potential. All of his potential will be gone. Because these effects last for at least 6 turns. From now, from that point onwards, his damage just decreases. And he does have the damage reduction passive if you can use him for some cheesy strategies like WP said. What else? Okay, skill number 3, it's a 3-hit deep power attack. This is insane. You have to actually see this to believe. 3 hits with deep power is insane. It is stronger than most 4S power attacks in the game. It is column, okay, and it's pierce and blunt, so 2 elements, and buffs STR by 25% on each hit. This is kind of like, you know, Mirrors of the Left Fork, but like Mirrors of the Left Fork is 5 hits, but this one is 3 hits. 3 times with deep power, 740% damage increase, and buffing 40% STR and then 25 each hit. Yeah, each new hit do more. And that's it. This guy is made to use this, and it's gonna cost him just 6 PP and he recovers another 5. He can keep using this for a lot of time. Can he use it 6 times in a row? I'm not so sure. If he had any chases, he would be good for a quick crew strategy. Indeed, they made him better for the new Final Island. That's what I keep hearing. I don't know because I never played a new Final Island, but I can see if the enemies are aligned in a column, it's over. It's gonna kill all of them. He still has a weaker version of his attack, it's just S power, but at least has critical to beast and flow. I don't think this is useful. All of his skills are just for after he already attacked the enemy and off. I don't know if there's any inheritance that will make sense with him. Vine Lancer. It's not the same type of damage. Even his multi-thrust is gonna do a lot of damage. Well, technically there's no reason to inherit anything with this guy. No reason. He just uses skill tree and that's it. Skill tree is gonna be free for him technically because he starts the fight with 10, right? And the skill will cost 6. He gets 8 3 times per battle. That means that he's building up PP. And it will still keep being 6. He can use this 6 times in a row and then even more than that. But his damage is gonna decrease further and further. Imagine he had a Legion Spear Chase. Would be nice. But it is not enough damage to solo stuff, from my understanding. Remember that Shao gets to this point as well. I use Shao a lot. Shao has a passive here that gives him an attack boost of extreme effect that is 50% damage increase, lasts for 5 turns. And when you are using his inheritance, Burning Descent, you get 2 stacks of 50%. Shao can reach 700 damage percent increase, and that leads to doing around 1 million to 2 million per hit. Bosses now have much more than that. I don't know if you can kill with just 6 turns. It will have to have low HP, enemy will not buff break you, because a lot of the damage from Nader comes from his buffs as well. He buffs a lot. So Shao is also spear based, right? Of course. Nadar's gonna do a lot more damage on start, but a full charged Shao do similar damage to Nadar. That's something that you need to consider. Shao also chases on overdrive. Shao has been top DPS in spear for so long, it's shocking. Yeah, Shao is always dead before turn 6. Well, Shao does die easy. See that? 77 endurance only and 80% will. All of our recent characters are getting 100s here, even the weak ones. Even Cloud has a lot of endurance now. And he only has 1 damage reduction passive, right? Yeah, 30%. Right now, it looks like the character's status makes more impact than just the, I don't know, number of damage reduction passives. It's because we have now 20 damage reduction passives from defense boosts that, in the end, the status makes a lot of more impact now. It was not like that. When we only had 1, 2, 3, 4 defense reduction methods, the status didn't make such a big impact. We were only looking on the wheel value for our characters. Now we have to even look on the endurance. That's why Macha takes a lot of damage in many scenarios, right? But it was more about her buffer version taking a lot of damage. Look, she has only 89% endurance and 80%, no, 92% wheel. Now all characters have at least 100 for endurance and wheel. Most of them at least. Did you get Claudia? No, didn't pull for her banner, and I will not pull for her banner. The Nart is dead, a character that will probably work for this new well, but I don't see much usage of this character. If the enemy has very low HP, like Genryu fight, it may work well in the Genryu fight, but maybe not well in the Dragon Knight fight that seems to have higher HP. But even then, those bosses are exceptions. Like, many of the attacks versions of the bosses have much more HP. Now let's talk about Princess Ray. The changes made to Princess Ray are actually pretty interesting. They gave her 132% intelligence, 102% agility. Could have been higher as well. Endurance, look, even a staff user with 107% endurance and will. Love is high because she can heal when she dies. But look, she reduces damage taken for all allies by 30%. Did she have this on JP, man? I don't know. I have to check this out because it looks to me like the character that they focus in more in buffs were Ray. Reduces damage taken for all allies during medium. Medium is 10%. It was buffed to 30. Buffed to 30, that's death. Yeah, exactly, WP. And also increases all surviving allies damage by 30%, much like death as well. This is also similar to Leon as well. Now, when landing an attack, she always chases with Absorb. Absorb recovers HP, and she will recover for around 1,500. Her love and charisma are pretty high. And also buffs her intelligence. Now, on overdrive attacks, she's gonna chase with this skill called Dragon Illusion Dance. And this one is actually pretty interesting. Well, the attack boost of a large effect for AoE, it's 15% damage increase, much like Ray. Ray, I have been using Ray. He does make an impact on fights that have too many defense ups. She buff breaks the enemy. See, removes all buffs. This skill does not cost much. Sorry, it is a 10 BP skill with a power. It's not made for damage, and then well, it's a buff break alongside an attack boost. She has 5 BP per turn at least, but then when she lands attack, she also recovers BP. So she has at least 7 BP per turn, sometimes 8. There's no much problem with using her buff break every turn. Just add Leon and Leon already fixes her. And this skill here, since you can use it as command, giving attack boost that will stack, increases damage potential besides that 30% that she already has. Not really game changing as well, but it's the first code-based buff breaker in the game. And now people that are using Fornews like I am, you love this character because of this. Okay, that part is interesting. She chases with this skill. So that on overdrive, if you don't have enough BP, you can use something else. You don't need to use this skill because you're gonna get it for free. On every 3 turns, she restores the usage of this skill tree. Skill tree is a fast, triple S power attack. Roll, Shadow and Cold. Can also be used for 270, can. When attack lands, it will cast Morale Down Medium. I was expecting them to change to large. JP is using now Morale Down Large. Lasts for 3 turns. Because she recharges this every 3 turns, you can cast it again. And it's a fast skill, so that should decrease damage taken by 25% on the source. And she also gets this end of turn OG Gouge full. This was not full on JP, was it? Because I don't remember it being full. No, it was. Sorry, I probably looked it on another website and I was not seeing it. Tonight, take a hint, tonight. So you don't even need to use the second skill too much. You're gonna use this on turn 1. Then you're gonna get into Overdrive. And then on Overdrive you get a free usage of Dragon Illusion Dance. Then you use this one when available every 3 turns. So every time that she gets to OG, she already chases to get you buff break for free. Yeah. I'll only summon a gold banner? No, that's hard, man. There's 3 characters in a gold banner is here. So fast, row, shadow pole, morale it down, and gets to Overdrive so that she gets 2 turns of extra chains. Yeah, you have to use this one in turn 1 and then attack. No. Well, turn 1 on the fight, you don't need to buff break on any enemy. So you use this skill. She needs an inheritance, guys. She needs an inheritance. You use skill 2. No, wait. You use skill 3. Then on turn 2 you are on Overdrive. You're gonna get a free usage of this one. But what do you use this command? Absorb? Doesn't look that great. Let me see what else she uses for inheritance that could be great for her. When you are on Overdrive. Kokatris, no. Reaper. She got a lot of amplifies in the past, right? There is a very strong attack. This one here, but it uses 16 BP. And she uses Black Cat, Jackal, and Nightmare. In this case, she's gonna recover BP because of each attack. So 3 BP extra. So the skill actually costs 13. Maybe too much. Maybe too much. I don't know. What do you think, WP? It is possible to use Mirage Chant if you are running someone like, I don't know, Saruin. But 13 BP still looks a lot. He was thinking about what? Wish of Rebirth to give another defense up. Or user becomes unconscious. She self-kills and heals everyone. Yeah. Tiger Cat. AoE. Confusion. If you just want damage, Green Reaper will be the cheapest for the amount of damage you get. Mirage Chant is a 1 BP skill. Where? Tiger Cat is here. It's a 10 BP skill. It's an AoE skill. Tiger Cat, this one here. Okay. No, but if you wanna use a cheap skill, you should use the same skill 1. Use Absorb, because it will recover HP and also buff intelligence. And if you are running for news, you want that cold attack. I don't know. Because you're getting Dragon Illusion for free, I don't think people will be using this skill 2 times. Even just for that 15% attack boost, I don't think it's needed. It would be nice to have Mirage Chant. I think in 2 Overdrive turns, you can maybe use Mirage Chant in one and Absorb in another. Is this style available on the selector? But none of these attacks will have cold, right? None of them will have cold. You got it from the selector? If you are running a Saruin squad, then Mirage Chant is better. If you are running a Fornews squad, no other skill has cold as well, right? No, just her new ones. Just her new ones. And then you have to use Dragon Illusion Dance if you just have extra BP. Even if just for that attack boost. Okay, but let's talk about the other remaining stuff. Like I was saying, she chases with that skill. Dragon Illusion Dance, that buff breaks the enemy and gives attack boost. Okay, the skill's not that strong, as you can see here, it's just 8 power, but it's free buff. And buff break. Now, every 3 turns, she restores the usage of skill 3. We already discussed that part. If she dies, she will recover everyone's HP by around 3000 even. And then she revives. She dies, but if she still has LP, she will revive. But then, without any defense boost. So, terrible. Anyway. When landing an attack, she recovers HP already. She already recovers when she's using Absorb. So, a lot. Then she gets one self-attack boost. This is a very old type of passive. It's Flash of Inspiration. I think even Juji has this. 5% intelligence only. Not really great. That's just a way to get extra BP. Start off turn extra 2 BP and then grants all surviving allies defense boost medium. That we saw it's 15%. And then 3 stacks of 5% defense up. Is this enough to justify a character as a full support? It's not bad. We already have 30%. We should make a calculation here as well. We have 30%. And then we have 15%. And then we have 5. And then 5. And then 5. Yeah, gives you 49% damage reduction by turn 3 onwards. 49%. And with the morale down, I still don't really know, man. I have to make some tests, but if it's just 25% out of this as well, it'll be 62% damage reduction. That's a lot, man. For a character that is easy to use, he doesn't rely on BP batteries. Doesn't. Just that increase to 30% here already make an impact. What else did they change for her? Let me see here if we have this noted on Discord. For people that haven't beaten Megalith Dragon yet, she's gonna make a big impact. We don't have that many defense boosters for her staff. Mitigation was changed from 10% to 30%. Absorb plus now always chases instead of OG only. Ah. That is already nice enough because when you use the buffer version of Matriarch, you can buff more because you are attacking with a chase. Yeah, they made her much better. Much better. If you have 4 news and Saruin, it's worth considering pulling for Princess Ray. Because his banner has human Mayo. If we were not getting a lot of gunners for Emerald Beyond, I'll totally pull for human Mayo. I'm still undecided. But if they wait like 4 months to release Emerald Beyond banners, then it's worth to go for human Mayo now. Because 4 months is a lot of time. There are not many gunners till we get to Emerald Beyond. Just Rose, I guess, that makes an impact. Beyond Rose, no other one. We can check here, Style Shack, right? So you think human Mayo is the price? I don't know. I feel like Ray can be used on hard challenges just fine, more than human Mayo. But if you care more about Remembrance, he's more impactful because he's a gunner. And for stages, we're going to have a lot of good styles, like Joe, for example. You can use Joe, Ray, and 4 news together as well. Because the new Joe will have a lot of cold attacks as well. So let's get a look on this timeline. The impactful units that we're going to get will be this Valentine's banner that has Hana and another version of Tatiana that can even be used as it is. You don't need inheritance. I will totally be skipping this banner here. Sochi. Guns and hammers clubs will be hard to find. Look. No gun or club. Club then appears again on the 7 heroes, of course, but no gun. Just 1 club, and this one is very good. Another good moment to pull because people will be using probably 3 gens, I don't know. after this, look, where are the guns and clubs? Only on April. Because we will have one club user on each banner of the SaGa Frontier 2 release. And people will be pulling for Gustave if they get Will. Okay, if they don't get Will, not everyone will be pulling for Rich banner. And then they start SaGa Emerald Beyond banners. I don't think it's gonna take 4 months for Emerald Beyond, probably 2 to 3 months. So if you can wait, you're gonna get older gunners. But if you cannot wait, going for Human Mayo now makes sense. It's gonna allow many people to beat Hard 5 without Rose. Feels like there's always really good staff styles, no? It is much easier to find staff styles, yes. You got on that? What did you say? About what? Copy. The new roster Dragon challenges are so strong. Clubber Bookman is gonna be good. So if you are caring about meta styles, or at least styles that will give you a lot of impact, now it will be to summon for this one. We will still be discussing other banner though. But I do believe that this banner is the best one. Especially for people with 4 news and Sadwin. Say what you will, but even if they replace Human Mayo, he still works as is and will be on your future Remembrance fights. While I cannot say the same for the other 3 characters. This banner will receive a Silver Plus award, yes, I know. Dragon Riders receiving Silver Plus award. It is just that all styles have utility. Even Nart. Human Mayo is a price? I was saying that maybe not. You're gonna use Princess Ray more on hard challenges than Human Mayo. Not totally sure yet. Maybe just a silver. What do you think, Copy? Maybe just a silver. Because Nart is debatable. People may use him for the new Final Island. But how much do you care about this? Do you get gens from it? I saw on JP that you don't get gens, then someone said that you get 200. I don't fully get this. The value will depend on how much you get from the event. If you like New Year banner units. Similar, yeah, but Building and 4 News were better. Like, for example, Building and 4 News, they are leaders. They are characters that will bring one strategy. Ray is a companion. Even Human Mayo is a companion. He's not a leader. When you build a squad, you usually think about the leader. Like, oh, let's make a squad around 4 News. Let's make a squad around Building, around Katarina. Sometimes even Leon is a leader. So they are not. Princess Ray without the... It's not that she doesn't work by itself, but it's not someone that you will think of your first character. Being a girl is always a nice value-adding feature. Download the PEGs, Bobonox. I always say that. Joking. They did buff Macha a lot as well. So you can see that she has very good defenses. Macha always had. She's a goddess. She does not take damage from mere mortals. 131% intelligence, 108% agility. Very similar values to Princess Ray. Nothing really stands out here. But much better defensive status. Although Ray also has very good defensive status. Starts the fight with 15 BP because, of course, look how pricey skill we have here. Capricious Meteor Swarm. Fast single target, attacks 5 times. And each time, it will grant Macha teaching with each attack. That is something that they also make it very good. You're going to give it to random people. But it then buffs everyone. So it doesn't matter who gets this. It's kind of like how they designed it Genryu passive, that it just doesn't make much sense. That says that it lasts for 10 turns, but it's meaningless. 5 people will get, and then you're gonna get a total of 75% intelligence in will buff. 5 stacks of defense boost. Yes, 5 stacks of defense boost. It's just for 1 turn though. So this thing here will only trigger on the next turn or this turn here. Let me see. Grants 1 random surviving ally, not just teaching with each attack. Yeah, you have to, I forgot to say that. You require a full spell based squad. Because then you have to attack with spells. And then you have to be fast enough to make use of that defense boost as well, right, WP? To consider that as well. The attack boost is 15%. The defense boost is 15%. So you have to consider all of that. Seems like she's that type of character that is trying to migrate to a new generation without really being a new generation. So if you manage to get all of these effects, nice. But then if the enemy buff breaks, it decreases the value. If the enemy attacks before you, you are not gonna get all of these defense boosts. The attack booster has no much problem because it lasts for 2 turns anyway. We was added, it was just intelligence, yeah. But then look, she already has this as well. Capricious Meteor Swarm is also something that happens on OG. So you're gonna have double the effects on OG. I feel like she is kind of similar to a reverse Therese. Therese does all of that by herself. She buffs Endurance and Will instead. She gives attack and defense boost, although the defense boost is impactful. Buffing 2 different status. Very similar to Therese. Therese can give as much as 12 defense boost if you use rapid fire, right? She can give as much as 15. No, sorry. As much as 10. Yeah. Similar to Therese. Really similar. But there's more. There's more. She starts with 5 extras for 15. Then she gives this enhanced sorcery that... I don't really understand this. Someone told me that it works differently on JP than a normal buff. It's end of calculation buff. But I don't know. Never saw this. Enhanced sorcery. There's actually someone with this passive in the game already, but I didn't test. I think it's Emerald. Not so sure. But let's go into Macha on JP to see if there's something explaining how she works. Blue has enhanced sorcery as a skill. Ah! It's just normal damage passive then, right? Macha. Here it says maximum is 30. It will get upgraded to the SaGa Emerald beyond its release. Yeah, the single target version that would be added to Amiya. 30% damage increase for everyone, but it is enhanced sorcery because it only works for spells. So you need to use a full spell squad, and that will increase 150% total. And then she grants Macha teaching. Oh yeah. Start of turn, she already grants everyone's this? Oh my god, it just cycles back to itself. It was so much buffed. One time. I haven't fully checked her now. I'm checking it. This is my first impression. Crazy. Yeah, it's just for 1 turn though. Ah, yeah, 1 turn. But then guard up and morale up, it's just for herself. Okay, as always, she has 5 EP per turn. She just gives this because we don't know if you can use skill... well, you can use skill number 3. And it only lasts for 1 turn. There are still problems here, guys. Who has the same types of problem? Asilus and then Jamil. 1 turn each turn? I don't think so. 1 time, 1 turn. This is only on the start of turn. Just it stops. Turn 2, you don't have this anymore. Or am I getting this right? I need to get this right, man. Let me check here. We don't have that because it was changed on global, right? 1 time is part of this skill name because it triggers 1 time. Yeah, that's how it gets confusing, yes. Max times 1 is that 1 time. For 1 turn. Ah, no, it's every turn then. Every turn. That didn't happen on JP, did it? It's because I didn't fully get this, because it said effect 1 turn, 1 time. Okay, so... but there's one problem that I was about to discuss. Macha has 108% agility, right? So if you are using skill 3, or even overdrive, she may not be so fast. Like, check J-Mew and Ocelot's speed. J-Mew is faster, no? J-Mew has 120, no, 115%. Ocelot has BP agility problems as well, 102%. Yeah, you need to choose the right formation for Macha. 108. Not terrible, but should have been higher. She has to attack to give this. You have only 1 stack, though. Only 1 stack is not that big. S3 is fast. It is, but then we have so many fast skills as well, J-Prac. Rally Up and Guard Up is a global buff too. Oh yeah? All her versions had Morale Up and Guard Up. Yeah, she didn't have this. Macha OP, as Emily says. She's best combo with building action order up, looks good if you're getting raid 2. But they are on different banners, man. So this is just once, so... Everyone who had this, when attacking with spells, activates the following. You can still get 5 triggers of this. No, we're talking about something really broken here. Yeah, Nameless is right, because if you're giving 5 different Macha teaching, let's say that she gives... She has a chase or not? She has a guaranteed chase. She has. Look. The thing here is, Capricious Meteor Swarm will give 5 Macha's teaching. So, it can give it to herself. That was what I was complaining about. And J-Mew also has this problem, but they fix it kind of in global. He has 50% chance to chase. She has a guaranteed chase, that meaning that even if she goes and give it to herself, she will just apply this as soon as she attacks. All of the 5 stacks of everything. Right? Lendario, welcome. On Uji, it's a 15 potential stacks. Is it not 11, does it? Because it's 1 stack from this. But it gives to all surviving allies already. So it's 5 stacks of this. But they will have different speed. Yeah. 15 stacks. 15 stacks. That's more than trees. That is kind of broken. 15 stacks of 15% attack boost. Defense boost, intelligence and will buffs. We finally got a meta Macha. Attack boost 2 turns too. Yeah, being 2 turns allows even those that attack it in the start still benefit on the next turn. Green Macha was pretty mad. I used her so much because I didn't have the older version of Creator. But you will not be able to do it every turn. Yeah, 15 VP, that's why they made it so pricey. She has only 5. Guarantee this one, OG. 1 Extreme is 45 points of OG, no? Yes. No, it's extra large on JP. Was it changed for global? It is too costly because they didn't know what to do. Ah, so this is very large. Extreme is 50% in then, or what? What has Extreme on JP? Small is 15, medium is 25, large is 35, extra large is 45. Who do you guys remember that has a Extreme? Or Latte, I think, has. Is it on the spreadsheet? Let me see. OG passive. 50%. Extreme, yes, 50%. And looking on her skills, how much she will get just by attacking. If you use skill 1, 6. Why 6, huh? No, 6 is a power. It doesn't say how much OG points you get. Usually the 0 BP skills give you at least 15 points or more. It guarantees a chase that is Crimson Flare. Crimson Flare gives 10. If it is 25 plus 10, that's 35. She gets 50. If the enemy attacks you 2 times, she gets into OD every other turn at least. Because it may be better to try to get her to OG all the time. And instead of thinking about 15 stacks, think about 10. When you have OG, use skill 1, because that will save you BP. When you don't have OG, use skill 3, so that you keep 10 stacks. That will keep her more stable. Don't forget, Macha has the Tower Fast Large Intelligence debuff, but then you don't want to use that. You want to use a skill 3. This is a broken skill. Can cycle S3 then OD with S1. Exactly what Nameless said I was saying. We think alike. Hidden Lean of Thunderstorm on OG support might let her OG every turn. Yeah, doesn't even need, I think. I think that her skill 1 gives at least 20 points of OG. 20 plus 15. No, 20 plus 10. Ah. If it's 20 plus 10, 30. Then she will need to get hit 3 times. If it is 25 plus 10, then she only needs to get hit twice. Let's check people like Joe. Joe has a 0 BP skill. Let me see if she gets 25 points of OG. They are trying to really buff these characters like New Year's, yes. Joe, let me check your 0 BP skills. 20 points of OG, 0 BP skill. Rosefire, 20 points. Headbutt, 20 points. Rash Squid is not free, but 20 points as well. It is probably 20 points. So 30 at least, meaning that at least 3 hits if no one else helps her. Still very easy to get to OD. That's what I was saying, and Nameless said as well. If you are on OG, use Burning Light, save VP. If you are not on OG, use Capricious Meteor Swarm. So you keep at least 10 stacks. Three hits of deep power. And you have to remember that even actually she'll get 1 random surviving ally, this Macha teaching. If it's back to herself, she would trigger even on new attacks because it's 5 hits. Let's see, first hit, apply this to herself. Second, you will already do more damage. Yeah, that's great. That she has no damage reduction for the party, right? No. Just via defense boost. But that's already a lot. Mage leader. And she even has this column 3 hits attack with C power. Very strong. Heat and Sun. Starts with 15. And she gets 20 BP in 2 turns. Well, does not allow her to use it 2 times in a row though. Column area is because of the Axe Remembrance, right? Would you guys recommend pulling for Genryu over this banner? At this point, if you got Hawk, I will recommend pulling on one of these banners, but I haven't finished my video yet. Because Genryu, it doesn't really improve much on Hawk. He may be better than Hawk in many situations, but he does not really improve much. You can probably still use Hawk where we will be using Genryu. And now Macha is a new strategy. Like, if you summon for both Hawk and Genryu, you are just having two characters that do the same thing, but a little better on different scenarios. If you summon for Macha, you now have a major leader that creates very different squads. Much like 4 News is allowing other squads to exist. Much like Sarun also tried to. So I would prefer to summon for a different unit than another one that just competes with one I just summoned it for. But, well, yeah, Macha is probably the best character of this bunch. She's like Therese but on steroids. Won't do as much damage as Therese by herself, but she will allow people to do more. And they will have similar impact. 10 stacks of defense boost is already similar levels to Therese. He only buffs will, but not endurance. Therese buffs both. I don't know if Therese gives attack boost. That's something that I don't remember. No. She also buffs love and charisma. But yeah, it is just like, you know, having a different version of Therese. Therese was broken. And she helps the party even more offensively. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. He has 20% damage increase, 30% damage reduction, and extra 40 when resisting. Very good passive as well. Current game, she's very useful. He doesn't need inheritance, right, guys? Unless you wanna use Mischief Magic Domain on turn 1. Because it's free and lasts for 5 turns. That's the only thing I can think of. Or a skill that gives her BP, right? Because Burning Light does not give her BP. Rock Fire gives 1. She has a free skill that also has a chance to recover. Rock Summon. Chance to recover 4. Can she amplify these skills on JP? They made a big change to this character. No, Rockfire does not have an imp. Yeah, this first skill from her is the best inheritance. Cosmic Circle. It will increase magical damage by 75%, decreases skill damage by 30. But it also applies on the enemy, so be careful. Can you get the one with the Sundered free? Do you want to bring the Sundered effect together? In an overdrive turn, you have 10 stacks and then SaGa Magical Train. Or if you want to, but 10 BP is a little harder to build. Like JPrac was saying that he wanted to bring the tower, right? 10 BP. You can select the SaGa Magical Train version, yes, with the ticket. It's 8 BP. It's a little easier to handle because she has only 5 per turn. And that SaGa Magical Train Sunder effect lasts for 2 turns. It will allow for magical squads to be all about the nuke. Especially multi-hits. Macha has at least 5 hits, then one chase. And another chase on overdrive, so 11 hits on overdrive to use skill 3. Without skill 3, it's just 7 hits on overdrive. What do you think, Nameless? Should we recommend pulling for the selector? I mean, selecting the one from the ticket with SaGa Magical Train? Won't work every time, but allows for some really strong nuke squads. Or Cosmic Circle? I don't think Cosmic Circle is selectable. Is it? Anyone knows? I can check the game right now, but I don't know. It is hard to justify Macha. I didn't want to pull Macha banner because I don't like Nart or human female. Really don't like. There are reasons for this. Look, Nart had a buff to STR and agility because he's a buffer. Farmer. Very high status. We haven't seen those combinations before. But his character has very strange design. Recoil damage. So don't want to use him somewhere else. But you could try. See. Start of battle, over enhance. Over enhance increases damage by overdrive. But to overdrive, you have to mana, right? Then he feels overdrive, gouge. Starts with 13 BP, gets 5 BP per turn, and when attacking on overdrive, gets evasion. And then recoil damage of 99% HP. Very specific. And then attacks 3 times with Dead Heat. Dead Heat is a 4S power attack. See? So you use your overdrive and try to nuke. So he's not really a farmer then. I thought he was a farmer. You have to manually use overdrive. Start of turn, if OG is full, uses morale up. If not full, then uses guard up. Damage increases by 20, when attack it decreases by 30, and off turn cleanses. Just 2 BP though. If you use Dead Heat as your main, That Heat is a 4S power, but also increases blunt and weak attack boost. Both to reach 50% values, I guess, on max level, right? Manual farmer for Final Island, you mean? 50% to the blunt attack boost and 35% to the weak attack boost. It's Landlord, send me a message. Very strange gimmick character. He's trying to get part of the Goddess kit. Well, Goddess has strong damage by also increasing, but in her case, sun and heat damage. In his case, is blunt and weak attack. But that heat is just full blunt. By the name, that heat should be heat and blunt. You. Is that better worth it? That's what I'm discussing, Michael Theron. Bad mobile. He's not riding a dragon. But there he's competing with the dragons in a race. Is he flying 180 degrees? Yes. Was surprised they didn't add a heat element for it on global. Yeah, Kills Piper. Basically only for the new Final Island. Because you can trigger the OG and then do stuff. But if you take recoil damage, doesn't that decrease your score? Super high damage for one turn and nothing else. Really bad. There's not much to discuss about this guy. Just that he has a very strong roll attack. That's it. And you're not gonna bring him to boss fights. Human female. Yeah, I don't like human female because she's redundant. 111% endurance and wheel is nice. 140% agility was buffed as well, and 115% STR. I didn't check what they changed about her. Can you help me out, guys? J-Prax says he's like the recent Johan. From JP, I don't know what he does. You finished it, SaGa and beyond, Michael Tyrone. Congratulations, nice. She now has a start of turn passive. They capped the 3 turns, 6 turns thing. They capped. What is the start of turn passive? This evasion? She grants all surviving allies a maximum BP increase for 5 points permanent. And start of battle buffs everyone's SGR and agility and will by 35. Start of turn buffs own status by 5% in an evasion. She chases all attacks with skill 2. Skill 2 is as power roll, attack down, buff breaks. That's nice for 7 BP. Rush Plus doesn't have any other effect. Swagger's a poison off the punch. Yeah, even Nart has more utility. From on every 3 turns, recovers all surviving allies BP by 3. Then buffs all status by 25 and recovers HP. Another run bait because we want extra healing there. Every 6 turns, buff is higher, BP is higher, and then grants 1 evasion for 1 time. I don't know, sometimes the HP is better. No, but that, yeah. Of course, on every 3 turns, 6 is also multiplied by 3, so it's gonna give 9 BP instead, and then buff 20 and 35, so 55% for this status. And we recover HP and give 1 evasion. Yeah, makes sense. Attack damage increases by 30, then 40. Damage reduction by 30, and then another 30. Landing an attack gets heat up, and max of 50 times per battle. That I knew. Also recovers 1 BP, because she is a counter, right? When you directly attack, it counters with Rush Plus. Rush Plus is just a simple attack with S power. Roll, go. That's how she gets a lot of heat ups, because when she attacks, she chases with... The thing is, this skill when used on rank 1 will only debuff the attack of the enemy by 10%, but it buff breaks at least. So, a free buff break every turn. Kinda like how they did with Dragon Lord. Gwen. Gwen has a passive that buff breaks. She comes from a chase, but it's still free. It basically gives 2 BP a turn per party if you reach turn 6. You mean considering everything that she gives? Yeah. But full build Sheree is giving 3 BP every turn. 3 BP a turn. Not that bad. That's it. Skills. Hasty kick. Buffs SCR and agility. Whatever. You can still use Vacuum Wave if you want it, but that will give attack down for 15 and then 10 on the chase. So 25% attack down alongside buff breaks. Or skill 3, that is a roll attack that also gives evasion for 1 time. What else would be interesting as an inheritance? Halloween Bat Arts. Heat up 20%. Launches an attack. Too costly. 13. Trace better, yeah. Word counters chase. Wood counters also chase? No. Theoretically, no, unless it's another case of, Torpe. But I don't think so. When being direct attack, counters with rush. Spell... No, it doesn't. It says here, but Torpe also said. Wrecking Glass? Did Wrecking Glass got amplified? No, but it's a cheaper attack to use. Buffs agility. Little Witches also grants guard down, but it's much weaker. Twin Arts Strike is too weak. AoE. Cat Attack is a free skill, kinda. Did she got any amplify on JP? Not from now. But okay, she's totally replaceable. For people that didn't beat the Mart's Remembrance, well, I haven't. She may be the key to finishing because of all that extra healing, BP, and buffs, but buffs are not even that important anyway. But the thing is, she's totally disposable and replaceable. Nothing here is unique. Swagger is a whatever style. So Macha, an OP style, or two very good styles with Yuma Mayo and Princess Ray. Nart is much better than Swagger, but still two skippable styles. Well, I don't understand much about well. That's why I'm not even gonna touch a review yet before I see that. It seems pretty good, Cher. I don't think so. Little Witch is only fast Q, so she can have a fast buff break chase with it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Especially in situations with bosses like Firebringer, 7 Heroes. It seems pretty good. Right now I can't see, but it's all about, seeing the overlasting value of the character. And I don't see overlasting effect. When you see a character like this, okay, it works super well. She has part of Barbara kit without having to block. Part, because it triggers every 3 turns. Barbara triggers every turn. She doesn't do that much damage. She's not really a damage dealer. She's more of a support and counter specialist. Her counter is bad. She should have triggered something on her counter when being hit. Like many of our counter specialists. She does not taunt as well. There are problems with her design. She's probably 7 Heroes able. I'm not so sure. I can see that she could be much better. Much better. So okay, people will probably trigger this 50 times heat up, but even with this 50 times heat up, at least she's better than Robin. Replacing her counter with Vacuum Wave as well could have been cool. Ah, yeah, because that's how Robin counters. He counters with a fast buff break. That he can also use as command, so he's a fast buff breaker that counters with buff break. But Human Female is instantly better than Robin. She's not bad. It's just that she's an MRT user. Territory where we will have a lot of good styles. And nothing that she does is really unique. It's just a little bit of a lot of different characters without a big focus. When you think about your characters to use on a fight, would you prefer, like, say, let me start this squad with Human Female? If you tell me that you can do that, then okay, I will say that she's worth. I cannot say that. I have to wait 3 turns for her stuff to trigger. Her counter is not strong. He has the fast buff break, theoretically, and that's about it. All the other remaining stuff is not really game changing. Robin's fine, the problem is Fatso. What do you mean Fatso? April Guns is next week, might be Valentine, so better to save it low on gens. Hard to justify Macha because of the banner. And she's not really helping much on Remembrance because it's already clearable by many people. And we'll get Joe, and Joe's gonna rock. But Joe with Macha is also amazing. So I don't know. But at least Human Mayo and Princess Ray are good. And you're gonna use them on hard challenges. While Human Mayo is good, but you'll probably replace her soon. Only Macha will stay. Ah, you don't like Fat Robin? Has a strange design, right? It's really good if you need a buff breaker every turn. Outside of that, kind of niche. Yeah, even Slim Robin can buff break every turn. He gives 15% every reduction to the party. He can counter twice. Not that the countering taunts is all that important. But he taunts as well. And she doesn't. He taunts, right? If I'm not mistaken. For mouse stance, yeah. Julian's taunt. And he has this 15% defense up for everyone. I don't care about the heat up. He also has a fast buff break, but it costs MVP, so he may need help. He has a cheaper version, but her buffs are takes too much to start working, and start a fight now. Game also wants us to have 90% damage reduction on start, and then reach 99 eventually. Okay, I will say this is hard, man. Maybe we should give a silver award to Human Male Banner and a silver minus to Human Female, or a bronze plus. As long as there's useful counter attack, you are good. Not that great as a counter attacker version. Rush is not a good skill. I think Macha is too strong to give the banner bronze. Silver minus. Anyway, good morning. It's 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Whoa. Waking up early, huh? Macha is really great. It's like having to summon 4 Therese in a banner. But she was with Leon. Leon banner was gold, though, I think. If I'm not mistaken, Leon banner was gold. Imagine summoning 4 Therese. But she is improved Therese in some ways. Would you summon 4 Therese in a banner with 2 other units you're not planning to use? WP. What do you think, Chaos Piper as well? JPrex, a doc? Maybe people pull now as they have 4 news, without 4 news, just seeing Therese in a banner. Would you pull? Knowing that the other 2 units will not serve you too well. Yuma Mayo directly helps Remembrance. Princess Ray directly helps hard challenges. Not required though. I didn't get Therese and I did not over pity to get her. But you wish you had her. See. I have used her so much times. Not pulling for her, but we're getting a lot of good magic characters soon, like the evil Joe Banner. Yes. If we fall in this trap, we're gonna pull on every banner. That's the problem. I like Macha, but I also like it Assholes, and I didn't pull for Assholes because I didn't want the other characters off the banner. It is easier for me to pull for Yuma Mayo because of Princess Ray. Generally speaking, Yuma Mayo banner is better. Do you guys agree with that? You had to pity Leon. Yeah, I think a lot of people are likely to pull for Joe. They are? So before Livestream happens, I will do a preview of these banners because people want. I'll have to leave the Dragons banner review for tomorrow then. Yes. We'll not have enough time. You can need to wait for the next banner to judge his banner. I don't think I'll pull on release as well. I'm not so sure. Unless I feel like. Because I want to clear Remembrance battles as well. And Yuma Mayo is a key character. Like, will you be using Macha on all future Remembrance? I'm not so sure. Will I be using Yuma Mayo in all future Remembrance? Probably. The problem with Macha is competing with staff users that will just get more and more characters, and even very strong ones. Look, just from Nauroma SaGa, there will be a Mirian. I don't know if this is Mirian is good anyway. Who is this? Igumon? Igumon? Staff user. Rock Bouquet is a staff user. Joe. It's Eagle Mall. And who is this one here? Real Queen, right? Staff users. And then Emerald Beyond. It doesn't look like it's gonna take more than 2 months to reach the Emerald Beyond banners. Look, we are here, then here. Okay, we are here, then they may release the Christmas banner next week. Maybe together with this other Valentine's banner and all. Because it makes sense, right? They could make Valentine together with Christmas. I hope they do this. And then on May we may get this stage banner, and then Protect's banner second week. End of July. The very end of July may already have Joe. Then August we will have SaGa Frontier. End of August we already have Emerald Beyond. End of August or start of September, but I believe end of August we already have Emerald Beyond. There's 2 Valentine's banners. Yes, they can actually fuse with the Christmas banners. That's what I'm saying. Fuse the Valentine's with Christmas. One banner with 5, other banner with 4. They did this before. This will short the gap with JP. Sab is coming soon. Chart starting from March 2024. I didn't say it's coming soon. I said likely coming soon. Then after they started SaGa Emerald Beyond, they only stopped it when they started Romancing SaGa 3 again. Then another Protags, then Romancing SaGa 3 again, and then stopping on Romancing SaGa 3. So, I haven't seen many people opinion here. Tell me your opinions, Adok. Yuma Mayo Silver Award? Macha Silver Minus? Macha Silver would have been gold, but not for Zweiger. Anyone may suggest a Silver Plus for Yuma Mayo? Silver Plus banners are recommended banners already. Yuma Mayo isn't. I'm not so sure if it's really a recommended banner. But I will have to touch on the subject of having 4 news with Princess Ray, because that is gonna be great. Mach is the most unique character, but I rarely use mages. Hear more about Ren. So you're gonna pull for Yuma Mayo, right? Blaggers is better as I can reuse style before this current one. That one? Such a terrible style, indeed. Human female is not bad, just redundant. You don't think Silver Plus for Yuma Mayo? So just Silver. Silver minus for Yuma Mayo, Silver for... Silver minus for Human Female, Silver for Human Male. If you don't know who to pull for, summon for Human Male. Else, wait. Does that look good? Almost 2 hours to discuss these banners, and they were supposed to be disposable, right? Macha buffs were amazing. Human Male buffs were mid, but he was already good. Princess Ray buffs were amazing as well. Tough to just give a rating if you don't care about Ren. Human Male banner is really bad. Yeah. The Ray's not bad, Zadok. What do you think about Ray as a character for hard challenges, as she is? Sierra is good, probably in my opinion. These banners are still mostly Ren bait, and Rose is the better Ren character for guns. You could also wait 1 week to see if Yuma Mayo will compete with Rose, but The thing is, we won't have enough time because next banners are probably coming on day 3 and monthly reset is on 30. But why rush monthly rewards as well? Remember that we got a lot of free resources to upgrade our next remembrance weapon. Except next week. They added the filter, man. Overall, I think I'll be skipping. If I am going to pull, I'll pull for Mayo. Mostly because of Remembrance. Macha is really, really nice. But I don't really use full mage squads as well. I do have some good mages, but full mage squad is hard. Right now, it's hard. She can be used together with Ray, for example. But then who else? Is Joe? Just remember that Guardians and Creator are not mages. Puny? News has spells. We're pulling because of the sprites. Which ones, copy? I think he, with Rose being soon, really puts Hearts pulling Human Mayo just for Remembrance. News uses spells, you're right. Just from recent units, News and Beauty. You're gonna pull for Ray, Human Mayo, and Nadart. They have cool sprites. I agree. I will probably miss out on playing with Macha if I don't get her. She brings a unique strategy. It starts with the OG Gouge. Feel it or not? No. But the good thing is that she deals heat and blunt damage. There is Pierce and Cold. They don't even clash. Not feel it. That's why they gave you the 15 VP. So that you have 2 stacks of this, and then on the next turn you're probably on OG, and then you use skill 1. But you won't have enough for skill 3 again unless you have at least 5 BP in 2 turns from external sources. Leon gives 3 every turn, should be enough. So keep this cycle of 2 stacks of Macha, 2 stacks of Macha's teaching for 10 effects. Very desperate on styles since I've come back and I even have gens, but I think I'm skipping Macha. Very restricted character, pretty cool if you know what you're doing and if you have a full mage squad. Still hard to use. Since I skip a JMU, I'll skip Macha. It's decided. I will. If some people summon for her and want me to publish videos about Macha, I will, but I will skip. Like I said, I'm not planning on spending. I purchased 1 pack for anniversary and I don't want to spend more than that. If I get Macha, I might try Sheree and Darius to try and push OG every turn with her. Every turn. Every turn? You can add as much as 30% if Sheree is giving you 2 stacks, 15 from Darius. That gives you 45. She gets 50, 1 hit, and she's on OG. But then look, WP. There's still a problem here. If you are using Sheree and Darius with Macha, what if she gives the effects to Sheree and Darius? They don't attack. It's wasted. And yeah, they are not spell-based as well. Probably bringing a bunch of support from Machas that they can not take advantage. They can attack, they will break the sequence as well. Games focusing on attacking. Yeah, SaGa is here to go gaga. Welcome, SaGa. You just try pull one each to try your luck. If I was to pull, I would pull for Ray and Mayo. But I think it's better to just wait. I'm not pulling for the dragons as well. But my friends, I think I will be stopping the stream because we have to stream again on reset time. And I haven't had lunch yet because I had to sleep a little more and I'm feeling a little hungry. I'm gonna eat. I will make the preview of this banner with the information I mentioned to decide to wait for 1 week and see what's coming. But if you want to pull and you care about remembrance, Mayo is the best banner. If you want to have fun, only Macha really makes an impact in the other banner. Silver plus for one, silver plus no, silver for Mayo, and silver minus for Mayo. So that will be the resume. Tomorrow I'll release the Dragon's banner. And reset time will have live stream. On the weekend, I'll be making a special video for anniversary. I will try to contact Sock because he was planning a special video for anniversary. And yeah, anniversary was yesterday. But we can celebrate on the weekend as well, right? Because good videos take time to make. Thank you all, my friends. It was good to discuss it all with you all. If you are unsure, skip or wait. See people using these units. Decide if they add to your roster. And that's it. You are coming for my streams for a banner idea. No worries, Lobonox. Thank you. All the address is if I'm able to justify pulling on the Macha banner, I might want to try. I want to stop after getting either Macha or UniverSe rather than risk. Yeah, it seems like it's okay to pull if you have premium gens. I want to recommend pulling with free gens on this banner. Gongaga Bikini, better BOP. Who is Gongaga Bikini? Thanks, Rismango, my friend. See you all soon in the live stream, okay? Those are my recommendations. So, if you haven't clicked the like button yet, please do so. If you want support, you can also use the link here on the top that will send a donation alongside a special message. But no worries, if you can't, click the like button, leave comments, and it certainly helps the channel keep growing. By reset time, we'll be back, and the next video is coming in probably around 2 hours, okay? Thanks so much for watching and for being with me. I see you all on the next stream. Goodbye.